The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening from Musselman High School. Klein Court, the venue for West Virginia High School boys basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 as the Musselman Applemen, 11-4 overall, 2-3 in the Eastern Panhandle, host the Jefferson Cougars, 11-5 overall, 1-4 here in the EPAC. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Aiden Sensabaugh is our cameraman. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop. Countdown to tip-off is brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road. Online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Second matchup between these two teams this year. Nick, it's a little bit different than the last time these two teams met. Still injuries plaguing the Jefferson side, but Kylan Johnson is back in the lineup. Mari Jenkins is not.
Yeah, it's just been a tough year for Jefferson with these injuries. Started the year 9-0. They looked like they were going to be right there with Spring Mills as two of the top teams, not only in the EPAC, but two of the top teams in the state. You had the guard play of Johnson, Jaden Gladney, and Jamari Jenkins, which gave them a very dynamic backcourt. And they've just dealt with so many injuries. And not only that, Quentin Goins was a guy that was a stretch four for him. He's gone for the year. Jamari Jenkins, you got him back against you got him back the other night against Spring Mills, and it felt like, okay, while this wasn't a great performance for Jefferson, Kylan Johnson should be back next week. They're finally going to get healthy, turn some things around. But that didn't really help because then Jenkins re-aggravates his injury against Martinsburg, and now it's a 4-game losing streak for this team. They started the year 9-0. They're now 11-5. So it's been a little bit of a tough stretch. It's been a tough season for Jefferson standards as well. They've been one of the best teams in the state of West Virginia the last few years. They still have a ton of talent on this roster, but the question will be, how can this talent now mesh together with all the injuries and everything like that? How healthy are they going to be? And on the other side, Musselman seems to be clicking again. They started the year off pretty hot. They then ran into just a portion of their season that didn't go the best, but now as of recently they're on a 4-game win streak, playing good basketball, and they still have a lot of height, talent, and experience that I think makes them a formidable team. So it's usually a good matchup when Jefferson and Musselman get together. Musselman's always been the team around here that has given Jefferson the most problems. At least 2 years ago they were, not so much last year, but
yeah, they were always able to keep it close, but Jefferson has won the last 8 meetings between these two. However, the last 46 meetings between Musselman and Jefferson, both teams have won 23 games each. And you mentioned Musselman right now, the team that's hot, 4-game winning streak. Jefferson, 4-game losing streak, something they're not used to at all. The last time they had a winning streak this long goes all the way back to the 2019-2020 season, a season that ended with a 7-game losing streak as they went to finish that year 10-14. They're looking to change that tonight, as you said. Jenkins out because of that aggravated ankle injury in the loss to Martinsburg earlier this week. We'll see how Johnson does along with Gladney. And then on the other side for Musselman with this 4-game winning streak, it's been because of the offensive production kind of getting a boost from guys that you wouldn't expect. Wade Bartle's a sophomore. You'll see him in the starting 5 tonight. Really stepped up, knocked down some shots. Gavin McLean has improved on the offensive end as well, because they felt like during the 3-game losing streak that they had, that teams were kind of predicting the offense, which was going off that pick, trying to get the backdoor cutting in to the paint for some easy layups. Now we'll see maybe a different side of Musselman, and we'll see how far that carries them here in varsity action tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the simple way to put it was during that losing streak, they couldn't score. So, with the adjustments that Coach Basile has made, this team is starting to turn that around. They're starting to put the ball in the basket a little bit more consistently. And you go back to those games, it was a 98-27 loss to Spring Mills, 56-45 to Jefferson, 37-30 to Hedgesville. So your best performance came against the Cougars, even though it was a bad stretch and you only scored 45 points. So I think that's something that gives Jefferson some confidence here heading into this game. Since they've made those changes, they have a 59-56 wins over University, a 60-45 win over Washington, and a 75-34 win over Broadfording. So the team's figuring some things out, and just their size, it's two teams that are built very differently. Jefferson very guard-oriented, smaller, quicker. Musselman very much a post-oriented team, and even their guards are pretty tall. You got like Nate White at 6'2", Gavin McLean at 6'4", Logan Shelton at 6'2". But the two guys that stand out, Santa Maria 6'6", Mahood at 6'5", Volston at 6'3", another one that plays in the post there. Give them, a great dynamic offensively, I think, as of late. Can they carry over that momentum here tonight against Jefferson? And it makes them very tough to score on as well when you have that many guys with that size. We kind of saw that in the Martinsburg Spring Mills game, when Martinsburg, a more guard-oriented team, couldn't really get to the basket against Spring Mills. Can Musselman do something similar tonight against Jefferson with their height and size? And Jefferson's trying to match that with Will Berger and Wyatt Shively down low, who can match up. They're physical guys, but not quite the same height.
The JV game is concluded. Varsity taking the court now for warm-ups. JV game, it was Jefferson getting a 51-44 victory over the Musselman Applemen. We'll see how varsity does, but first we'll step aside, take a 2-minute break here on the Parsons Ford countdown to tip-off. On the other side of this break, we'll get into our coaches' interviews. This is West Virginia High School boys EPAC basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
Kick off the new year in a new Toyota from CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg. We've got a great selection of your favorite Toyota models on our lot. Right now, get up to $2,200 off MSRP on a new 2024 RAV4. Or check out a new 2024 Camry and get up to $3,000 off MSRP. And every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Back here to Klein Court for West Virginia High School boys basketball action between the Jefferson Cougars and the Musselman Applemen. We'll now continue the Parsons Ford countdown to tip off and get into our coaches' interviews, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rock's. We'll start off with the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars, Richard Lewis, followed by Derek Basile, the head coach of the Musselman Applemen.
Now joined by the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars, Richard Lewis. Coach Lewis, your team has a late injuries plaguing you guys. Just talk a little bit about that and how guys have had to step up because of it.
We had some injuries about a month ago, and it's kind of still lingering with us. But overall, I think it's not a bad thing for our guys to get some experience. Some of the guys who hadn't played early in the year are put in a role they're not accustomed to. But overall, I think it's going to make us better in the long run and going into sectionals and regionals.
Take a look at your guys' last game against Martinsburg. You had the lead there early in the first half, but once it seemed like Jenkins re-aggravated his injury and got out, Martinsburg was able to storm back in the second half. Just give us your thoughts overall about that game.
Yeah, I like the way we came out and played. I thought we came out with a lot of spirit, a lot of hustle. And we had some things go wrong in the second half. Things we got to correct as a team. It's not really about one person. It's about the team. So we correct those things moving forward. Come out and play a little better. This second half of the season, I think we'll be fine. Overall, I think it's just we got to show more resilience down the stretch when things aren't going our way. And that's kind of what I take from both games, the last two games we've had.
You guys currently on a 4-game losing streak, something that this team probably isn't used to with the recent success for your program. How do you make sure they stay positive and not give up?
Biggest thing is just showing some resilience. It's adversity. We're going to go through adversity, and not just basketball and in life. So one of the things we got to take from this is life lessons. We got to learn from it, keep moving on, keep being positive. We know we're a really good team, so we just got to play like it. I think the biggest thing for us, we've had adversity in the past. It's how we handle it moving forward is going to determine how we finish the year out.
You mentioned earlier it's about the midway point in the season. What is the thing that you've learned the most about your team this year so far?
We had some ups and downs. We got to be more consistent night in and night out. I think I know we've had shuffle a lot of lineups, had a lot of things go, lack of practice and things like that, but we can't really hang our hats on those things and use those things as excuses. We got to move forward. And I think we learn the most about ourselves is we have to be more resilient. We have to fight through adversity more. We have to be more strong-minded. I think going forward, us as a team, we have to come together, get more chemistry, and play. You know, we got to play better overall. But I think moving forward, I think these guys will learn from this, and we'll be a stronger team.
Before we take a look at the matchup for tonight specifically, you guys will be returning Johnson back into the lineup. What are your expectations for him to bring back to your squad tonight?
It's experience. I mean, Collins played last year. He's out third, fourth leading scorer last year. He's been out second, third leading scorer a lot of games this year. So just bringing that senior experience. He's a 3-year varsity guy. So I think what he's going to bring tonight is more experience than anything.
Let's now take a look at tonight's matchup. Second time around for you guys against Musselman. What did you like from your team in that first time when you guys got the win against them that you hope they bring tonight?
We had some guys step up. Demarius Wallace had 19 points that game. He played really big for us that game. I think that was his biggest game he's had in the varsity uniform. So we're looking for guys to come off the bench, guys who are stepping in different roles to really step up for us moving forward tonight. I think the keys for us is to control their size. They have a lot of size. They're a little bigger than us. We're not a big team. So I think for us to be successful tonight is really controlling the rebounding war.
Other than size, what else really stands out about Musselman in your mind?
I mean, they got an experienced team. They have a lot of seniors. They've had a lot of guys who played last year who started a lot of basketball games. They've had some success toward the end of last year, and then also they had some success this year. They had a couple games where they didn't play well, but they've been playing well recently.
Anything else, Coach?
No, I'm good.
All right, best of luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Now joined by the head coach of the Musselman Applemen, Derek Basile. Coach Basile, your team hot as a late 4-game winning streak. What have you liked from them so far?
I think offensively, we're spreading it around a little bit. We're making some jump shots. We're spacing the floor a little bit better. I think in the beginning part of the year we were, if we weren't getting a layup or getting something inside, we were really struggling. We've added some different pieces and they've knocked down some shots. I think that it's made us a little more multidimensional on offense. I think that's been a big difference with it.
Last game you guys had, it was a close one, a win against University. You guys were able to knock them off both times. Now you're back to the conference, but how much does playing in-state non-conference teams benefit you guys?
I think it's pretty beneficial. University is really a physical team, tough team. We played Beckley. They're another team that's really physical and tough, and Parkersburg South. So I think those guys have gotten us ready for conference play. Now we just got to come in here and try to get better each and every night, and hopefully be playing our best basketball at the end.
You mentioned here before we started the interview when I was getting the starting five from you, you've found comfort in switching some things up. Who are some guys that have really stepped up, and why did you feel like here at this point in the season maybe switching some things up to see how the team looks in different ways?
Well, during that 3-game losing streak, we were really struggling scoring the ball, and I think going against our conference opponents, they know our inside guys can do some things. They know we were trying to get it in there. We know we were trying to get back cuts for layups, and they were kind of taking us out of that stuff. So Wade Bartles can shoot the basketball, so he's given us some spacing on the floor. So has Corday Bunny has gone in there and started a couple games for us as well. Those guys have just been, and Gavin McLean's come along. So we're trying to get two or three shooters on the floor to give us some spacing to allow those big guys to work a little bit in there.
About the midway point in the season, what's something that you've learned about your team this year?
Well, I think most nights we've been pretty good defensively. We've kind of hung in there with defense. We're only averaging about 50 points a game, or a little bit over that. It's probably picked up a little bit the last 3 games because we've scored the ball pretty well. But defensively, we've been pretty on point every night. So we can continue to do that, and our offense can keep developing. I think we could be a team that has a chance to be successful night in, night out.
Let's take a look now at tonight's matchup. You guys take on Jefferson for the second time this year. Last time you guys went head-to-head, it was a win for them on their side. What does your team need to do differently to make sure that you're on the winning end tonight?
Well, I thought we played really poorly offensively in that game. Played pretty well defensively. Only gave up, I think we lost, I think it was 54 to maybe 56 to 47. I don't know. I'm not sure. It was like 11 points. But we'd only given up low 50s in that game, but we were just abysmal offensively. Only scored 3 points in the second quarter. So we have to have a good showing offensively. If we can do that, then we'll have a chance to be successful tonight. We've got to make some shots, got to spread the floor a little bit, and we didn't do that the first night, and that's why they were able to take that win.
What is in the film or whenever you played against Jefferson this year so far really stood out about their team?
Well, I think they're athletic. They do a good job of speeding you up a bit. We didn't handle that very well. We had some opportunities. We had some 4-on-2s, some 3-on-1s, and didn't convert them or took a bad shot or threw it away. And number 13 for them was hot that night, had 18 points. And, I've seen a few games where he hasn't really done that. So we got to contain people. We know Gladney and Shively are going to be hard to stop. They're going to score their points, but we got to contain the others, and we weren't able to do that the first night, so we're going to have to do that tonight.
Anything else, Coach?
No, that's it. It should be. We look forward to another tough conference game for sure.
All right, best of luck.
That was our coaches' interviews brought to you by Rocks Local Markets, fast, fresh, friendly. About 9:20 away from tip-off here at Musselman High School between the Jefferson Cougars and Musselman Applemen. We'll step aside, take another 2-minute break here on the countdown to tip-off. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 2.
Look and feel your best this year. WVU Medicine Plastic, Cosmetic, and Reconstructive Surgery Martinsburg offers a variety of procedures to enhance your appearance. Board certified by the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, Dr. Jack Gelman specializes in tummy tucks, breast augmentation and lifts, liposuction, body contouring, arm and thigh lifts, Botox, and filler injections. WVU Medicine Plastic, Cosmetic, and Reconstructive Surgery. Financing options are available. Call 304-350-3274.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Welcome back here to Musselman High School, West Virginia High School boys basketball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, as we're just under 7 minutes away now from tip-off between Jefferson and Musselman. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Aiden Sensaballs, our cameraman back in the studio, is Dylan Bishop. These two teams, Class 4A, Region 2, Section 2, meeting for the second time this year in what is a very wide open Section 2 so far. The Section 2 death triangle here looks like this. Musselman beat Washington 50-46. Washington beat Jefferson 62-58. Jefferson beat Musselman 56-45. It's a tough section to take a look at and pick a 1, 2, 3 because of that.
Absolutely. The good thing is we don't have voting anymore to determine that stuff. So shouldn't have too much controversy. It will be based off of the records and the overall standings. But you're right. It is a very tough section. And typically this is what we're saying about Section 1, or at least the last 2 years. What we said is, okay, Section 2, Jefferson, Musselman, Washington. That's, what you'd write in before the season. That's what it is at the end of the year. This year, that's not the case. Section 1, it's been, though, I don't know, Spring Mills, I don't know, Hedgesville, Martinsburg, like, who do you really put? This year, that's not the case so much. This year, it's 100% Spring Mills. 98% Martinsburg, depending on how the other night plays out.
Tomorrow.
Right? I mean, and then Hedgesville's probably 3. Based on what we've seen so far, it's locked in that way. This section has not played out that way. So it's very competitive. It's very what we want to see in EPAC basketball. I still think fully healthy, Jefferson should be toward the top. The question will be, though, will they ever be fully healthy this year? And unfortunately, we haven't seen that since the first 9 games. We already know that they won't have Quinn Goins back, which is a good scorer for them off the bench. So they're having to adjust. They're having to find other guys to step up. And we'll see if that ends up happening here tonight and if that can continue to happen moving forward. But if you had to ask me who I think it will be Jefferson. But I don't know that at all. And based on what we've seen so far, it really could be any of these 3 teams.
Yeah, I believe the last time Jefferson was fully healthy was last year, 2023. They haven't had a game at full strength here since the calendar year has started, because we know Jenkins was out January 2nd of 2024 in that loss to Martinsburg, and I believe that they were still at full strength in that overtime win December 30th. So that's when the struggles have started, and we'll see if the struggles for the Jefferson Cougars continue or not tonight. Let's get into tonight's keys to the game, as the key to your next car is at the Dunch Miller Automotive Group, which is home of friends and family pricing. Nick, tonight's keys to the game.
Well, we'll start with the Cougars. Colin, what do you think has made Jefferson the best team in the Eastern Panhandle the last 2 years? If you had to pick one thing.
Athleticism.
That's not a bad choice. I was going to say their three-point shooting, and then once they get out and go with those three-point shooters, it makes it hard to come back. I think tonight in particular that's going to be important, because the size of Musselman will make it tough to get to the rim and finish at the rim. So if you're not knocking down your outside shots, it could be tough on Jefferson here tonight to really pull away or establish their offensive rhythm. So that's my number one thing for them. And then I guess just also figure out your chemistry with now Kylan Johnson being in the lineup and no Jamari Jenkins. How does that operate? You got to figure that out pretty quickly in the game. For Musselman, just continue to do what you've done over the last 3 games. You know, you've kind of figured out an identity for your team. You figured out a lineup that works well. Get those guys, you know, continue to play with confidence, like McLean and what we've seen from Bartles, who, you know, kind of coming out of nowhere here as a guy that's really stepped up. So you know, they had that a little bit last year, right? Colton Sheldon started to come on toward the midway point of the season, and that gave them a big boost when they really turned things around last year. This year they weren't struggling as much. They were, you know, on a 3-game losing streak, though. They made an adjustment. And, you know, I said last year I felt like Derek Basile was the coach of the year of the EPAC because of how his team went from early in the year to how they finished the year. With the adjustments he's made now, he might be looking to, like, get Musselman right back into contention for a trip to the state tournament, for all we know. I mean, this is a team that's playing a lot better basketball. They figured some things out. So I guess tonight, just, you know, continue to get open looks for those guys, establish yourself down low with your height advantage, and see what you can do against a very good Jefferson team that you haven't beaten in a long time.
That's your keys to the game. Let's now get into the starting lineups brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-4343. First for the visitors, the Jefferson Cougars, coached by Richard Lewis. 11-5 overall, 1-4 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Starting tonight for the Jefferson Cougars, you have number 0, Jaden Gladney. Number 1, Colin Johnson. Number 11, Tayshawn Roper. Number 15, Caleb Connor. And rounding out the 5 for the Cougars, number 33, Wyatt Shively. Now, for the home side, the Musselman Applemen, coached by Derek Basile. 11-4 overall, 2-3 in the EPAC. For Musselman, it's number 1, Colton Shelton. Number 5, Gavin McLean. Number 14, Wade Bartles. Number 24, Andon Santa Maria. And number 34, Troy Wilson. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back here at Klein Court for tip-off. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 2 minutes.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Back here to Musselman High School, Klein Court, the venue for West Virginia High School EPAC boys basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Aiden Sensabal's our cameraman. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini as we now prepare for the lights to go out and the starting five to be announced for the Musselman Applemen. Nick, past 46 times between these two, 23-23. A rivalry that is very competitive throughout history. But the past 8 meetings have gone to the Jefferson Cougars, trying to make it 9 tonight. Before we get into opening tip-off, any final thoughts from you, Nick?
My first thought is I was almost blinded by that light, but final thoughts are that this is a huge game, Colin. This is a sectional matchup. Like you said, Section 2 has been super competitive. And you really don't know who you favored at this point. Like, yes, Jefferson seems to have the talent. They're changing up their starting lineup as well with the move to play Caleb Connor as a starter. So that's a little bit interesting. They go a little bit more length. From like a wing position. Connor gave them some good minutes the other night against Spring Mills defensively, so maybe that's what they're looking for out of him. But Jefferson's in an interesting situation right now. They've had so many injuries. How do they step up and play here tonight with everything they've gone through? They're on a losing streak. Musselman's playing with a ton of confidence. 4-game win streak. Seem to be figuring some things out offensively. That's been the struggle throughout the season, and if that continues, you gotta like them to come out of Section 2. So it's heating up. It's getting interesting. I'm excited for it, Colin.
Opening tip-off brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. Jefferson in the road black uniforms with the maroon numbers and lettering outlined in the gold. Musselman, the home white uniforms with the Kelly green name and numbers outlined in red. Jump ball won by Musselman as Wollaston jumps over Roper and gets it, and he'll dribble down into the offensive attack area for the Applemen. Wollaston with it on the right side, picking up his dribble, Trying to bounce pass to the top of the key. It's stolen, and now Johnson gets tripped up. Ball will go out of bounds. No foul called. Instead, it will just be the turnover, giving the ball back to Musselman.
Yeah, I do feel like he just kind of tripped over his own feet there, but it did look like there was some contact as well.
Colton Shelton with the basketball. He'll pass to McLean. McLean driving the right baseline, kicking it out to Wollaston. He tries to go down low to Santa Maria, but it's stolen by Shively. Now Shively fouled underneath the basket, and that stops the clock here with 7:33 left in the first. The first team foul called against Musselman against Santa Maria.
Well, usually Troy Wollaston is a really good passing big, but there he just made a mistake. He was frustrated with it. Good read, though, by Shively.
Johnson to Gladney, top of the key, 3 off the mark, rebounded by Jefferson. Down low, it's Connor. His pass is stolen. Musselman now with the ball, going back the other way. Wollaston at the free throw line will dribble out of it over behind the arc. Going to McLean, right wing 3, tried to bank in, no good. Wollaston goes up top, gets the rebound, the putback is good. Musselman takes a 2-0 lead here a minute into quarter number 1 over Jefferson.
Well, it's just so good to see Troy Wollaston after the injury he suffered in football a year ago, and now back on the court and doing his thing with the offensive rebound and putting it back up and in.
Gladney to Johnson. Johnson drives in, has it stripped by Shelton. He's able to regain control, go to Gladney, left corner 3 is good. Jefferson now leads 3-2.
Well, that's a guy you have to get going if you're Jefferson, one of the best shooters in the state. He's been one of the best for the last few years, too.
McLean at the left elbow. Goes over to the left corner. It's Bartles. Bartles back to McLean now at the wing. Find Wollaston with the pass. Wollaston running the offense, looking right, going to Colton Shelton. Shelton makes the catch, now drives in, gets double teamed, has to kick it out to Santa Maria. Santa Maria drives into the paint, puts up a floater off the mark. No good. Tipped around, rebounded by Jefferson. Cougars now flying up the court. It's Gladney over to Johnson. 3-pointer from the right wing off the front of the rim. No good. Deflected out of bounds. They say last off Santa Maria and Musselman, so it'll be Jefferson ball. 5:58 in the first. It's still 3-2. Cougars leading the Applemen. Quick inbound into the left corner. It's caught by Johnson. He decides not to take the 3. Dish down low to Shively. Shively shot up. No good. Deflected around and eventually brought down by Wollaston for Musselman. Troy brings it down the court now for the Applemen, guarded closely by Connor. Wollaston's pass stolen by Roper. Roper looks left, passes to Gladney. Gladney slows it down for Jefferson, gives it to Johnson. Johnson driving in right side, hard contact, no call. His layup misses everything, and it just goes to Wollaston. Shelton now with it. Colton Shelton passes to McLean, gets the pick, goes to Bartles at the top of the key. He'll go over now to the left. Colton Shelton drives in, draws contact, no call again. Stolen by Jefferson. Roper, right side, loses his footing, so he'll have to kick it out. It's caught by Connor. His 3-pointer from the right side, no good. Tipped around, goes out of bounds. It'll be Musselman ball. 5:02 left in the first. Still 3-2 Jefferson leading Musselman.
Well, it appears, Colin, here early on, these officials, and they're not just calling every single drive to the rim a foul, so you got to go in and create contact if you want to earn those calls.
McLean, one-hand pass to Santa Maria. Santa Maria looks down low, now just dribbles to the elbow. Will dish it outside to Wollaston. Wollaston drives the right baseline, stops, puts up a jumper, and that's good. Wollaston has all 4 points for Musselman. It's now 4-3. Musselman on top of Jefferson. 3-pointer in response, a foul. The shot no good. Gladney goes to the free throw line now. Is that foul? The second team foul against Musselman, and it's the first against Colton Shelton.
I don't know if I've ever seen somebody have the ability to draw so many 3-point foul shots like Jaden Gladney does. And he usually even converts them for 4-point play opportunities. It's not too rare to see that. Just, I don't know what it is with his timing or whatever it may be, but he's able to draw a lot of those.
First free throw good by Gladney. We're tied at 4-all. Second free throw up. That one's good as well. It's now 5-4. First quarter presented on TV 10 by Brown Funeral Home and Cremation, Robert Fields & Sons. Family-owned full-service funeral home, proudly serving the area since 1880, as well as CMA's Honda Winchester at 3985 Valley Pike. CMA moving lives forward. Gladney goes 3 for 3 from the free throw line. He has all 6 points for Jefferson, who now leads 6-4. The inbound pass thrown away by Wollaston, so Jefferson will now have a baseline inbound with 4:35 left in the first. Inbound to Johnson. He finds Roper. Roper back to Johnson. Long three off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by McLean. McLean tries to go down the court. Will now slow it down and breaking midcourt with the dribbles. Colton Shelton. Shelton picks it up. Goes to Bartles. Bartles three way off. No good. Saved from going out of bounds by Wollaston. Wollaston finds Shelton. Goes to McLean. His three is good. 7-6. Musselman on top now of Jefferson.
Well, just look at the shot selection comparison there. Gavin McLean catches off of a reverse, gets an open jumper. That's a good in-rhythm three. Jefferson's three on the other end from Kylan Johnson, kind of a forced shot.
Pass tipped around, and now a three-pointer in response by Jefferson's Gladney. No good, rebounded by Santa Maria. It's now McLean with the basketball for the Applemen. Sprinting down the left lane, goes up for a layup, no good, but a foul will be called against Jefferson's Wyatt Shively, his first, team first. Musselman now goes to the free throw line to shoot two. McLean will do so.
It's a good contest from Shively, but he did get him with the body on the way up.
First free throw up by McLean off the back of the iron, no good. Checking in for Jefferson, you have Bunny as well as Mahood in for Santa Maria and Bartles.
Yeah, they changed it to Mahood off the bench, Santa Maria in the starting five.
Second free throw around the rim and then falls through for McLean, making it 8-6. Musselman leading Jefferson, 3.5 left in the first. Ball in Jefferson's hands. Roper goes to Gladney. Gladney brings it over to Troxel. Goes to the right corner, caught by Shively. Shively swings it all the way to the left side of the court now. It's Connor. Back over to the right side. Troxel, wing three, no good. Rebounded down low and now stolen by Musselman. Colton Shelton intercepts the pass, tries to go coast to coast, finds Mahood down low. Mahood taps it off the glass and in, and it's now 10-6, Musselman leading Jefferson.
And Matt Mahood was their best player up until Troy Wolston's return last year. I don't know what has led him to come off the bench, but maybe it's just a comfort thing with playing with that lineup. Maybe they just wanted a spark off the bench, but it's still a really good player there in Mahood.
Shively three, no good. The ball tipped around, rebounded by Musselman. It's Bunny getting double teamed. He lobs the pass down the court. It's McLean, 3v2 for Musselman. McLean pulls up, shot, no good. They say he walked. So turnover will result in Jefferson with the ball, trailing Musselman 10-6, 2:37 left in quarter number one.
And now I said before the game, Jefferson needed to take and make their three-pointers. Well, they're certainly taking a lot of them, Colin, but they're not making them. I think they need to get more in-rhythm shots. Like, that's not a bad look, but...
Troxel knocks down the three, making it 10-9.
Well, I thought Troxel was a little off balance, but he still knocked it down, so... He's a good shooter. We saw that in the Spring Mills game.
Colton Shelton driving the left side, kicking it out to Wollaston. Long two from the left corner. No good. Tipped around. Rebounded by Troxel for Jefferson. They'll bring it down the floor now for the Cougars. 1 point game, 10-9. Musselman on top. 2 minutes left in the first. Jefferson with the ball. Shively, the left wing. Starts his dribble over to the right side. Finds Gladney. NBA range three off the side of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Roper. Back to Gladney. Decides not to pull up for a three. Swings it around to Shively. Shively hesitates, looks right, finds Troxel, dribbles to the top of the key, slowing things down here with 1:35 left in the first. They'll go to Gladney. Gladney will dribble over on top of the M now at midcourt. Looking to the right, dribbling between his legs, bounce passing over to the left, driving in Roper, kicking it out, finding three-point man. That's Vickers. His shot no good, almost goes out of bounds. Bunny tried to save it, couldn't do so, so it does go out of bounds. Jefferson will have the ball. 1:22 left in the first. Still Musselman 10, Jefferson 9. Jefferson with the baseline inbound underneath the offensive basket for the Cougars. Wide open in the right corner off the inbounds. Johnson, his three-pointer no good. Ball tipped around. Bunny gets it off the floor, and he'll now start his dribble down the court. Looking left, almost stolen from behind. Bunny now picks up his dribble, will give it to White. White finds over to the top of the key. Logan Shelton goes to Mahood to Santa Maria at the right elbow. Santa Maria with the length. Tried to go to Mahood. It goes behind Mahood into Shelton. Pass down low to Santa Maria through his hands. Out of bounds with 1 minute left. Jefferson gets the ball back here.
A lot of intensity here early on, Colin. Both teams clearly want to win this one. It has been kind of a slow offensive start, but I feel like that won't continue for too long.
Gladney to Johnson, left wing 3 off the front of the rim. It's short, no good. Rebounded by Troxel, goes to Gladney. Gladney pump fakes, drives in, puts up a layup too hard off the glass, tipped around, almost going out of bounds, and Bunny can't save it from doing so. It's another inbound here, this time to the right side of Musselman's bench for Jefferson with 40.7 seconds left here in quarter number 1. Still 10-9, Musselman leading Jefferson. Johnson catches the inbounds, bounce passes to Shively. Shively guarded double team now, kick it out to Johnson at the top of the key. Johnson gets a pick from Shively, goes over, passes to Gladney in the right corner, back to Johnson at the wing. Johnson drives in, pulls up from the left elbow, his shot no good, rebounded by Musselman. It's Bunny losing his dribble now, gets bailed out, passing it to Santa Maria. 15 seconds left, it's White with it at midcourt. White slowing things down for Musselman, trying to hold on to this one for the last shot. They go to Bunny, right wing 3, no good, rebounded by Shively. 5 seconds left. They find Gladney, Gladney with it, bounce passing in the left corner, three-pointer at the buzzer, no good by Troxel, and at the end of 1, it's Musselman 10, Jefferson 9. We'll step aside, take a 1 minute break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Welcome back here to Musselman High School in Inwood, West Virginia. EPAC boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Aiden Sensabaugh is our cameraman. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop, not Nick Verzolini. Can't be two places at once, Nick.
I can do a lot of things, but that is not something I've figured out so far.
10-9 after 1. Musselman leads Jefferson. Jefferson with the ball to start off quarter 2. Skyline Johnson, who's back from injury with it, passing over to the left side to Gladney. Gladney dribbling with his right arm. One with the tattoo sleeve down the side. Now goes front of the M at midcourt. Slowly making his way over to the right wing. Gladney in between the legs, picks up his dribble, fires it to Johnson. Johnson goes down low to Shively. His shot rejected by Santa Maria. Gets it back, though. And now Kylan Johnson, top of the key. 3 that misses. Rebounded by Shelton for Musselman. Being Logan Shelton. He now has it stolen by Johnson. And Johnson here in front of the scores table steps out of bounds off the steal. So Musselman gets it right back. 7:15 left in quarter 2. Still 10-9. Musselman leading Jefferson.
The court was just a little bit bigger for Kylan Johnson, right? I mean, that was a great steal. Just ran out of space here on the near side.
White running the point for the Applemen. Passes to Logan Shelton, and Shelton will be fouled by Johnson. His first, team first of the quarter. Mahood to do the inbound honors for Musselman. White catching it in the backcourt. That was very close to that midcourt line.
Yeah, I think he was all right, but...
Now driving the baseline on the right side's Bartles. He loses it, but it stays with Musselman. Three-pointer from the left wing, up and no good by Mahood. Rebounded again by Musselman. Another rebound down low by White. He tries to lunge back up, and he'll be brought back down by a few Jefferson Cougars with a foul. Looks like they say it was Troxel officially getting called with a foul, his first, team second. And that will send Nathan White to the free throw line for 2 for Musselman.
Jefferson's got their shooters on the floor. Problem with that is they don't really have the height to match up with Musselman, keep them off the glass. So
first free throw up and no good by Nate White, keeping it at 10-9. Second free throw attempt by White is up into the air. That one does fall through, making it 11-9. Musselman leading Jefferson. 6:45 left in the second.
You don't have Goins, you don't have Jenkins. You need scoring from somebody here if you're the Cougars.
Shively tries to post up, loses his dribble. It's stolen now on the floor is Musselman, trying to see who that is. Did they get the timeout or would they call a jump ball between Shively and I believe that is Nate White, the one that was on the floor from Musselman. And it looks like they're going to call a foul against Shively. That's his second, team third here, not even 2 minutes into the quarter. For some reason the clock is running. Finally stopped at 6:16. Had a few seconds tick off there. We'll see if that's crucial down the stretch here before the end of the half.
Yeah, I think Shively kind of was overly aggressive on the ground there.
Wilston with it in the left corner. Swinging it out top of the key. 3 up and no good by Bartles. Rebounded by Jefferson.
Yeah, Wilberger in the game now.
And he goes to Johnson. He drives to right baseline. His layup too low. No good. Rebounded by Musselman. White finds Shelton. Shelton driving in, kicking it out. Right wing 3 by Bartles around the rim and in. And the sophomore makes it 14-9. Musselman leading Jefferson here in quarter number 2. 5.5 left here in the first half. Troxel thinks about the 3 for Jefferson. Instead goes to Vickers. Vickers looks over to Johnson at the right wing. Johnson bounces once with the dribble, goes over to Gladney. Gladney swings it into the left side for Troxel. It goes back to the top of the key for Johnson. Johnson drives in. His layup again short. Misses everything this time, and now it's Mahood in transition. And he never got the dribble down on the down-the-court pass, so he'll get caught with a travel violation and give the ball back to Jefferson. 5:11 left here in quarter number 2. Jefferson with the ball off the Musselman turnover. It's 14-9 Musselman on top.
Jefferson has no offense if it's not an open three-pointer, and the open threes aren't falling. They haven't been able to get it out in transition, and they really don't have the size, it seems like, to score at the rim. Gladney and Johnson, when they've tried to go to the rim, have either been blocked or haven't really gotten a good shot off. So
Drake into the game now, picks up his dribble just behind the free throw line, looks behind him, finds Roper, goes back to Drake, who's now at the right wing, swinging it over to the left for Gladney. Gladney pump fakes, now will begin his dribble.
And you can tell Coach Lewis is just kind of desperate for somebody to give them a spark here offensively.
Go to Vickers, who hands it back to Gladney. Gladney gets double-teamed, looks over to the right side, caught by Vickers, who goes to Roper. Roper will drive into the paint, loses it. Wilberger finds it. Wilberger trying to stay up from getting fallen down, and they're going to say while doing so, he moved his feet, and now he's going to get called with a tech as he slammed the ball in frustration. Wilberger wasn't happy with that travel violation called, slammed the ball down, and you can't do that here in high school basketball.
It was kind of a weird travel, because he didn't exactly go down to the ground and come back up. He had a knee on the ground. I'm not sure exactly what the rule is on that. Now, I understand the technical. He kind of slammed that ball pretty aggressively, nearly hit the ref in the face. I think that's the right call. The travel, though, was a little weird, because, like I said, he didn't completely go to the
Yeah, it'd be
ground.
nice to see the replay to see if he actually did move both feet or not. Free throws off the tech will be done by McLean, and he's made them both, making it Musselman 16, Jefferson 9. 4:32 left here in the second. 6-0 run so far this quarter for the Applemen.
I haven't seen that enough to know. I know if you go to the ground and you get back up, it's a travel, but he only partially went to the ground. So
Jefferson calls a timeout. We'll take the 30-second break with him. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Welcome back here to Musselman High School. The second quarter brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at Orsinis.com, as well as Craig Blair for State Senate, the Eastern Panhandle's first and only Senate President and Lieutenant Governor, fiscal and social conservative who's making West Virginia great again by cutting taxes and creating jobs. Let's re-elect Craig Blair in 2024. Musselman leads Jefferson 16-9, 4:32 left here in the second. And it's Musselman basketball. Colton Shelton catches the inbound in the backcourt, now breaks midcourt with the dribble, picking up his dribble and walking, they say. So another Musselman turnover. It'll be Jefferson getting the ball back.
Yeah, he moved his back foot while he was hesitating on making a pass or not. But so far, Jefferson just has had no offense.
Roper, Vickers to Drake to Wilberger at the free throw line. Back behind him over to Tayshawn Roper. Roper dribbles to the right, hands it now to Gladney, who's running from right to left. Gladney dribbling. Look right. Go to Roper, finds Drake. Drake goes to Vickers in the left corner behind the arc. Now finding Gladney. Gladney drives in, puts a layup on the left side. No good. Tipped around as Santa Maria couldn't bring it down. Ran into his own teammate, Colton Shelton, down low. Ball goes out of bounds, and Jefferson gets the ball back. And now we're going to have a stoppage as looks like, I think that's Logan Shelton. That's going to have to check out or for some blood on his arm. Jefferson gets the inbound to Roper. Now pass to Drake. Drake dribbles a few times before passing to Gladney, who goes right back to Drake, who's at the volleyball line at the middle. Now goes to Roper, who walks over to him. Now they go back to Drake at the left wing. Back to Gladney, back to Roper, swinging it to the left side to Drake. Drake goes down low to Wilberger. Wilberger finds Vickers in the paint. His shot up, no good, but he's fouled. 3:28 left here in the second. And that'll send Ty Vickers to the free throw line. Still 16-9. Musselman leading Jefferson here. 3:28 left in the second.
Musselman's gone to a 2-3 zone. She's made it pretty tough on Jefferson here.
Vickers' first free throw of the two, up and good, making it now 16-10, stopping the 6-0 run here in the second quarter for Musselman. Second free throw around the rim and in by Vickers will make it 16-11. Musselman up by 5. It's Woolston with the basketball, dribbling it in the backcourt, now at midcourt. Picking up his dribble right on the M logo at midcourt. Goes over to Shelton, who goes down low to McLean. His shot misses. Woolston finds it. His shot at the right block, up and good. And it's now 18-11. Vickers with it for Jefferson. Finds Roper. Roper goes to Drake. Back to Roper. Back to Drake at the right wing. He'll dribble over to the left elbow. Stop. Look at Vickers behind him at the right wing. Vickers pump fakes. Drives to the free throw line. Looks behind him. Will pass it over to Gladney. Gladney pulls up for a long three at the top of the key and drains it. That is the second three tonight for Jaden Gladney. He has 9 of the now 14 for Jefferson as they trail 18-14 here at Musselman.
I'm not really sure what Colton Shelton was doing. He started off, denying Gladney the ball, but then he gave him way too much space.
Wilson at the left wing, looking down in the right corner from a hood. He couldn't handle it and just had to one hand kind of throw it over to McLean to keep it from going out of bounds. Now it's Bartles with it, over to Mahood. Mahood to the left elbow, spins around, pulls up for a shot around the rim, and it stops and then falls down. No good, rebounded by Jefferson. Pass now from Drake, stolen by Musselman. That's Colton Shelton, reverse layup, no good, but he was fouled. With 2:03 left here in the second. He'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Still trying to figure out how that Matt Mahood shot didn't go in. You know, these rims at Musselman, they're kind of weird. They get stuck.
That's true. As yesterday's girls basketball game was postponed to Friday between these same two schools as Colton Shelton makes the first free throw, making it 19-14. Don't know which basketball hoop it was, but it actually got stuck and the pulley system was unable to bring it down. Second free throw, no good, rebounded by Vickers from Shelton. Drake now with it at the left wing. Dribbles once, keeps his dribble now. Goes to Roper. Go to Gladney. Gladney at the logo. Starts his dribble, guarded by Colton Shelton. Now backs off does Gladney. Now brings it back towards him. It's a pick. Goes to the right. Finds Drake for three from the right wing. And that rattles through. Drake with his first 3 points tonight. And that makes it 19-17.
Jefferson starting to heat up.
Wollaston with the basketball. Looks down low. Wide open in the paint. McLean. And he'll say thank you very much. He has 8 points now, making it 21-17. A minute 15 left here in the second. Musselman up by 4 against Jefferson.
Well, having a big man that can pass like Woolston, such a talented player for this Applemen team.
Mahood with the steal now for Musselman. Right side spin around layup is good.
Offensive.
And the foul.
Charge.
No, I thought I saw here that they said foul.
Yeah, charge.
Okay. So it looks like they're going to call the charge. So Wilberger, the one standing there, taking the contact to pick up and draw the charge.
He's the right call.
The basket doesn't count.
It's a good call there by the officials.
That is the first foul against Mahood, team second of the quarter. So it's Musselman 21, Jefferson 17, 1:03 left in the second quarter. Gladney bringing it up the court for Jefferson. Oh, now pass to Johnson. Johnson trying to call for a pick. Doesn't get it. He'll now dribble and hand it over to Gladney at the right wing. Gladney going to the left, and we have an offensive foul called against Wilberger. And he's frustrated as that's his second. He has to be careful because that first foul against Wilberger was a technical foul. One more, he'd be ejected from the game.
Yeah, well, I was thinking for a second that maybe he had 3, but then I remembered he called for travel when he got the technical. So only 2 on him. He was put in kind of a tough position. The guard's got to run right off the screen. If they don't do that, it makes it tough for the big, and they might try to adjust. I think that's kind of what happened there to Wilberger.
Colton Shelton's floater misses everything, goes straight to Drake for Jefferson, who goes to Gladney. Gladney now sprinting down the floor. Kicks it out to Troxel, left corner 3. The front of the rim, no good, rebounded by Bartles. Bartles finds Colton Shelton in the backcourt. He's having some trouble bringing it down. Finds Wollaston. 18 seconds left in the second quarter. Wollaston, shot rejected from behind by Troxel, and it's stolen now by Jefferson. Johnson, down to 4 goes Johnson. Layup, no good, rebounded by McLean. 7 seconds left. McLean with it at midcourt, sprinting down, bounce pass to Mahood. His layup from the left side is good right before the horn, and at halftime, it is a 23-17 Musselman lead over Jefferson. We'll step aside and take a 2-minute break and then be back for the halftime show. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10.
We're the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
I can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
Welcome back here to Musselman High School at the half between the Musselman Applemen and the Jefferson Cougars. It's Musselman 23, Jefferson 17. Halftime is brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Aiden Sensabaugh is our cameraman back at the studio. It's Dylan Bishop. You'll hear from him here shortly, but first, Nick, quickly, first half thoughts.
It started off, it was kind of difficult for Jefferson to knock down shots. They started to do a little bit better there in that second quarter. But really, Musselman's doing a good job on the offensive end. It seems like even when Jefferson's tried to speed them up, they've gotten some good looks. Hit that Mahood layup there toward the end. I like the way this team's coming together, and I think there's some real positives here for Musselman with their height. The fact that they've gotten some shooting now with McLean. They've always had McLean, but now with Bartle stepping up. Pretty good guard play. I think this is a formidable team here down the stretch. I'm interested to see how they match up with the rest of the EPAC, and, of course, if they're able to hold on to get this 6-point win, because if Jefferson starts to heat up like they did toward the end of that second quarter, then I think they could really make it go either way. But Cougars have some concerns. They really don't have the size to score at the rim.
Let's now get into our first half stats brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg. We'll start off with the Jefferson Cougars, and an interesting note here in their first half stats, no traditional field goals at all in the first half for Jefferson. All the points, 17 total, 4 threes, 5 free throws. Leading scorer is Gladney with 9 points, Drake and Troxel with 3 points each, and then Vickers with 2 points. For Musselman, leading scorer so far is McLean with 8, Woolston has 6, Mahood has 4, Bartles has 3, and then White and Colton Shelton with 1 point each. We'll step aside and take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from Dylan Bishop. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org. Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Welcome into the N1 Halftime Scoreboard Show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Dylan Bishop here at halftime of a 23-17 game between Musselman and Jefferson. The Applemen with the 6-point lead on the Cougars at halftime. Let's get you some scores from around the rest of the basketball world. Don't quite have anything coming in from the EPAC here tonight yet, but get you those updates when we can. We'll get you some updates from college basketball. The only game going on in the top 25 in women's college basketball for Division I is the West Virginia Mountaineers, and they have a big 42-18 lead in the third quarter against UCF in Morgantown. In men's college basketball, a handful of top 25 games going on right now, including South Carolina with a 6-point lead over Tennessee with 5 minutes to go in that one, 51-45 in Knoxville. At the end of one half, number 3 North Carolina is tied with Georgia Tech in Atlanta, 37-37. Marquette with a 3-point lead over Villanova. That's number 9 Marquette with 16:20 left to go in that game. Illinois up by 6 with 15.5 to go against Ohio State. Number 15 Texas Tech trailing number 25 TCU 40-36, and Dayton with a 40-26 lead over George Washington right now. In the NBA, there's a couple games going on right now on TNT. The Celtics have a 52-36 lead over the Pacers with 8 minutes to go in the first half. The Knicks with a 7-point lead over the Jazz with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. 32-25. Hawks 39-35 over the Lakers in the second quarter. And just started in Chicago, Bulls and Raptors 8-5. With that, we'll send you back to Klein Court. Here, this has been the AM1 Halftime Scoreboard Show on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
We welcome you back here to Musselman High School as we get ready for the second half. It is Musselman 23, Jefferson 17 here at EPAC Boys Basketball. Musselman will start with the ball to start off the third. Ball inbounded to McLean. McLean lobs it down low, intended for Wollaston. He's unable to maintain possession, but will be called with a Jefferson foul down low against, looks like, Wyatt Shively, his third, team first of the quarter. Wollaston now with it over to the right side with the pass to Colton Shelton. Back to Wollaston, who finds Bartles. His three from the left wing, no good. Rebounded by Santa Maria down low. His put back up and in off the glass by Santa Maria, and it makes it 25-17, 8-point lead for Musselman.
Santa Maria's gotten a lot better since last season. I mean, only a sophomore, so that's expected, and when you're 6'6", it takes a little bit.
Shively tries to respond with a three for Jefferson. It's no good, but it will remain Jefferson ball as Musselman was unable to bring down the rebound and goes out of bounds here with 7:21 left in the third.
It takes a little bit to get comfortable with you being that tall, so now that he's at that point, I think you're starting to see him blossom into a pretty good player.
Kylan Johnson over to Gladney at the left wing. Back to Johnson at the top of the key, about 4 feet away from the arc. And now go down low to Shively at the left block. He'll post up against Wollaston. His shot blocked by Wollaston, and it's now Musselman basketball. McLean bringing it down the floor for Musselman. Slow things down at the top of the key. Pick up his dribble, find Wollaston at the left wing. He makes the catch. Now looks crashing into the lanes. Bartles, and he'll kiss it up and in. Bartles now has 5 points. It's a 10-point Musselman lead here against Jefferson. Musselman on a 4-game win streak right now. Jefferson on a 4-game losing streak. But as an 8-game win streak against Musselman, that right now in jeopardy, down by 10. Gladney with it. Johnson between the legs with his dribble, kicks it out to Gladney. Left wing three by Gladney is good. And that'll quiet the Musselman student section behind us. Gladney has 12 points, making it 27-20 here with 6:10 left in the third. Shelton, the right wing with it for Musselman.
Somebody else, though, is going to have to put the ball in the basket.
They go down low to Bartles. Bartles no good on the shot, and it's now stolen by Shively. Roper, 2v1 with him and Connor. Right side layup by Connors, no good. Rebounded by Roper. Roper with the putback will make it 27-22. Everybody here wanting a charge call, no call.
It's kind of tough for me to exactly tell, but I did think Wollaston was down there pretty quickly, so it could have been a charge.
Wollaston from behind, drawing contact, is trying to reach in and steal it with Connor, and that's going to be a foul against Connor, who's first, team second of the quarter. Now Wollaston will inbound right in front of you, Nick. Say hello. Be friendly.
I'm good. Troy's a nice guy, but
he's busy right now.
He's got basketball to focus on.
Kicking it out into the right corner to Colton Shelton from Wollaston. Shelton now double teamed, and before the pass that was intercepted, Coach Basile will get a timeout from Musselman. We'll take the 30-second break with them. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
Welcome back here to Klein Court at Musselman High School. 27-22. Musselman leads Jefferson with 5:25 left in quarter number 3. Wollaston inbound for Musselman. Goes to McLean. McLean gets double teamed. He'll now look to the left of Colton Shelton. Shelton dribbles to the left elbow. His shot short. No good. Rebounded by Jefferson, but stolen by Wollaston. Wollaston immediately in the paint tries to go up for a shot, but he was held down by the jersey. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, good hustle there from Musselman, just staying on the offensive glass.
Foul called against Roper, his first team third. Wollaston at free throw line, first free throw up around the left side of the rim and no good. Keeping it 27-22. Musselman up by 5 here against Jefferson at home. Second free throw for the Applemen. Wollaston knocks down. He has 7 points, making it 28-22. Musselman leading. Johnson with it for Jefferson at the right wing. Drives into the lane. Pass deflected by Wollaston and stolen by Shelton. Now Woolston with the ball. Looking down the court. Gets it to Santa Maria. Santa Maria goes into the paint. Tried to go up for a shot. And we have a jump ball called on that attempt. And the possession arrow will give the ball to Jefferson. 4:56 left in the third as Troxel checks in for Johnson for Jefferson. It's Musselman 28, Jefferson 22.
Any thoughts on the Coach Basile vertical?
Better than mine.
That's not too hard, I would imagine. I never actually seen you jump, Colin.
You're not wrong. Left corner, Troxel over to Johnson. Johnson, Shively, top of the key. Shively pivots around, finds Troxel at the left wing. Pull up for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Musselman, Santa Maria. We'll go to Colton Shelton, who brings it down the court now for the Applemen. Pick up his dribble, look to the left. It's Bartles. He'll pump fake, drive to the elbow. Dishing it down low into the high post for Wollaston. He dribbles outside, goes to the elbow, now tries to go down low. They find Bartles wide open, and Bartles has 7 now with that basket. It's 30-22. Musselman leading Jefferson here with 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Interesting possession there because it was pretty sloppy until something opened up. It's a bad shot.
Yeah, Johnson shot no good. Rebounded by Musselman. McLean travels as he makes the catch. Never brought that dribble down quickly enough. It'll be a turnover, giving the ball back here to the Jefferson Cougars.
Feels like that travel's happened a lot tonight.
Almost a full line exchange, it feels like, here from Musselman. Didn't see how many people just ran in front of me to be subbed in, but you have Logan Shelton, Woolston, Mahood, Colton Shelton, and Bunny out there for Musselman. For Jefferson, it's Gladney, Troxel, Drake, Shively, and Vickers. Shively with it, top of the key. 3 is good by Shively, and we'll have a 30-second timeout called after the 3, as it's now 30-25. Timeout called by Jefferson. We'll keep it here, give you our third quarter sponsors, as we are brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to FordAHagerstown.com, as well as Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361.
Still just a 5-point game. Like, it feels like at times Musselman's looked really good. Looked like they were pulling away, but Jefferson just sticks around just enough. You know, they have the shooting that can sometimes bail them out, even though they've been off tonight. There's Shively, hits the top of the key 3. Maybe that gets him going. It's been a rough night for him. Hasn't really had much room to score inside. He's not a prolific three-point shooter, but he can knock him down from time to time.
It's Woolston with it, driving the right lane, puts up a contested layup with the right hand, and that is good by Troy Wollaston. Great job just framing up here into the air against Shively. It's now 32-25.
Troy's been really good tonight.
Yep, he has 9 points. Jefferson with it. It's Shively. Another 3. That one short. Rebounded by Shelton. Pass to Bunny in the backcourt. And another backcourt pass to Colton Shelton. Looking down low, finds Mahood. Mahood posts up against Vickers. And he'll go off the glass and in for Mahood. It's now 34-25. Musselman leading Jefferson here by 9. Under 3 minutes left. Gladney, long 3 is good. Quieting the Musselman crowd, making it 34-28. Gladney with 15 points now.
Well, he started a little slow, but he's feeling it now. You got to get a hand up. If you don't get a hand up on Gladney, it's going to go down most of the time.
Mahood passes to the left corner for Shelton. They swing it back to the right side to Mahood. Mahood driving the baseline now, trying to post up, loses it. Stolen by Troxel. They'll go to Gladney. Gladney, a hot hand for Jefferson. 4 threes, 3 free throws, and this one, right lane layup, air ball.
He tried to draw a foul there, but again, he kind of faded away from the contact, so there wasn't really that much there.
Bunny.
Good defense.
Shelton at midcourt. Goes to Wollaston. Wollaston drives to the right elbow, picks up the dribble, now pulls up a shot. It's short, rebounded by Shively for Jefferson. He'll go to Gladney, who brings it down the court on the left side. He'll pull up for three off the side of the rim. No good by Gladney, rebounded by Mahood. Minute 40 left in the third. It's Musselman 34, Jefferson 28. Mahood with it right in front of us. He'll pass over to Colton Shelton. Shelton slows things down for Musselman. Guarded against Drake. Pass over to the right wing. It's caught by Bunny. Bunny goes to Mahood. Mahood picks up his dribble, looks behind, and goes to Colton Shelton at the top of the key. Shelton kicks it out into the right corner from Mahood. He pump fakes, drives to the right baseline, got tripped up, now goes behind the back, pass to Shelton.
I don't think that's over to
Bunny. No, I think it was because he lost his balance, but it worked. Now he'll pull up for three off the side of the rim from the left wing is Mahood. No good, rebounded by Drake for Jefferson.
That's one way to call it.
Left corner three by Troxel for Jefferson's good. Troxel with his second three tonight makes it 34-31. Wollaston with it for Musselman. 3v1, he looks down low, has Bunny. Bunny shot no good, rebounded by Shively. They go down the floor to Drake. Drake rejected by Mahood. 40 seconds left. They go to Logan Shelton. He'll break midcourt and wait for the rest of his team to come with him. Wollaston gets it.
Not sure about that shot from Drake.
And Wollaston throws it away. 30.2 seconds left here in the third. It's Musselman 34, Jefferson 31.
I like this little run, though, for Jefferson. Like, they're going to go back to some of the other guys, but I think Troxel's kind of dangerous as a shooter. I just didn't get in a quick rest. It won't be long.
8 threes, 1 2-pointer, and then 5 free throws. That's the point so far for Jefferson. They're down by 3, 34-31 against Musselman. 13 seconds left in the third. It's Wallace with it. He's in for the first time tonight. He'll pass to Johnson at midcourt. Johnson now gets a pick, goes to the right corner with a pass, and it looks like the pick will be called a moving screen against Connor, and that'll be Connor's second foul, stopping the clock with 3.9 seconds. Musselman will get a last shot opportunity here. First, though, is an inbound over in front of the stands in the back court. Mahood lobs it over, tipped around. Wilberger catches it in the back court, tries to go to Connor, and no shot at the end of the third. It's Musselman 34, Jefferson 31. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break, then be back for the final quarter of regulation. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball. Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
We welcome you back here to Musselman High School. We head to quarter number 4. It's Musselman 34, Jefferson 31 here in Quad A Region 2, Section 2 boys basketball action. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me. It's Nick Verzolini. Aiden Sensaballs, our cameraman back in the studio, is Dylan Bishop. Musselman with it to start off the fourth. It's White picking up his dribble. He gets double teamed, tries to throw down low. It hits off the backboard, finds Bartles, who goes to Wollaston to McLean for 3. No good, rebounded by Jefferson. Wallace looks down the court, finds Johnson. Johnson drives in, puts a layup on the right side. That misses, rebounded by Santa Maria. Now White have it from Musselman in the backcourt, passing it to Wollaston. Finds McLean in the left corner. McLean goes down low to Santa Maria. Santa Maria gets fouled from behind on the shot. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Stopping the clock with 7:27 left in the fourth. That foul against Shively, his 4th, team first in the quarter.
I'm interested to see the adjustments for both teams' coaches here down the stretch, because I think that could be kind of the key, right? We're in a 3-point game. Jefferson's starting to hit their shots. You got some of their guys that have been key. Shively's now in foul trouble, so can Wilberger give you some of the same intensity, because you need somebody down there to put a body on the Woolstons and Santa Marias and everybody else that they got on this team that's 6'5". So, you need to body up down low, but you also need your shooters, because your shooters have kept you in the game.
Santa Maria misses both free throws, keeping it a one-possession game. Now Wallace's left layup, no good. Rebounded by Wilberger. His shot is good, and it's 34-33 now. 1-point game. Musselman in the lead. Pass thrown away and out of bounds. Jefferson will get the ball back here. His life in the Cougars here with 7:12 left in the fourth, trying to take the lead.
You know, it hasn't been there too much this season, or at least with the injuries, the Cougar press, but they got it there and they forced a turnover. So 1-point game, Colin.
Kylan Johnson with it for Jefferson. He'll go to Gladney. Gladney slowing things down for Jefferson. Musselman up 34-33 here in the fourth, minute into this final quarter regulation. They go to Wallace. Wallace for the lead, and Jefferson has the lead as Wallace bangs the three. 36-34, thanks to Wallace's three. A 2-point lead for Jefferson, and Musselman will call a timeout. We'll take the 30-second break with them. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Welcome back to Musselman High School. Jefferson now has the lead over Musselman, 36-34, thanks to Wallace's three-pointer, the 9th three-pointer made tonight for the Jefferson Cougars.
Why take it 2 when you can have the Jefferson Cougars shooting threes? 3 beats 2.
That's true. Musselman had control for a majority of this game, but now they find themselves with 6:43 left in the fourth, down by 2. They're trying to finally end the 8-game win streak for Jefferson against Musselman. The last win for Musselman against the Jefferson Cougars, April 8th, 2021.
Well, the pressure's on. I mean, Jefferson has the momentum.
Colton Shelton will be tackled at the volleyball line by Connor. He was trying to go for the ball and kind of just had the legs of Shelton. That is Connor's third, team second of the quarter.
I mean, Connor's an energy guy. You know, he's going to get on the floor. He's going to play tough defense. You need those guys to win games.
Wilson's pass stolen. Gladney to Johnson. Transition layup, no good. He was wide open, and now the ball goes off the leg of Connor and out of bounds, and Musselman will get the ball back.
It's tough, but I mean, that's him being hurt, you know, for the last few weeks to a month or so. You're not used to those transition layups that are so easy, but when you haven't played in a while, they can be tough.
Santa Maria with it, but that's also kind of been the storyline for Jefferson, as down low, pass again, gets thrown away, but it's called off a deflection of Jefferson, so it will still stay with Musselman. But back to the storyline for Jefferson. They only have one traditional field goal, 2-pointer from Roper in the second half. The rest have been 3-pointers and free throws for their 36. Clean to Wollaston. Wollaston, the right elbow, trying to post up against Wilberger, goes down low, wins the battle, and we're tied at 36.
Well, with that being said, it's a tied game here with under 6 minutes left. Musselman's had leads throughout, but they just haven't put them away, and Jefferson's threes have kept them in it. So, you know, it's worked to an extent. It didn't look great in the first half, but looked a lot better in the second and third quarters, and now into the fourth.
Wallace hands it to Gladney. Gladney will dribble over to the top of the key. Now back away behind the volleyball line, more towards midcourt. Running over to him is Johnson. He'll hand it to Johnson. 5:20 left in the fourth. We're tied at 36. Left corner, Pass caught by Gladney. His three-pointer no good. Rebounded by Bartles. They'll hand it to Shelton as it's Musselman ball. Colton Shelton bringing it down the court now for Musselman. Top of the key. They'll look to his left, go to McLean, who goes to Santa Maria. Santa Maria drives to the left side, goes into the paint. His shot, no good. Tipped around, he gets his own rebound. Now he'll be fouled from behind on the floor. That foul, I believe, will be called against Wilberger with 5 minutes left. That's the third team foul here in the quarter for Jefferson. And that's the third foul against Wilberger. He has 3, so does Connor. Shively has 4.
But you need him. So at this point, yeah, Shively has 4, but he's just a guy that has the experience, has the ability to score, even though he hasn't had a big scoring night so far. And you need somebody to rely on outside of Jaden Gladney, especially here down the stretch.
And the inbound thrown away. Troxel interception for Jefferson, and he's all alone. Right side layup is good. Jefferson retakes the lead, 38-36.
And now Adonis Troxel has just become a guy here in the last few games that has stepped up big. So Jefferson's finding some things out.
Williston to respond with a layup. It's no good. Ball tipped around, and we're going to have a foul called down low. And I believe that's against Musselman, and it will be against McLean. That's his first, team first of the quarter. Surprisingly, in this game, that's only the 4th foul called against Musselman. Compared to 14 for Jefferson. I had to do the math
been a little bit more
there
aggressive. So sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't, but fouls aren't always a terrible thing if they're, good fouls.
Troxel left wing 3 off the back of the iron, no good. Tipped around, rebounded by Musselman. It's Colton Shelton with it. Going down the lane, wide open left side. Layup is good. We're tied back up at 38.
It's also hard to draw fouls when you haven't gone to the rim. Jefferson hasn't really gone to the rim because every time they have, it's been blocked or just a bad miss. So when you're not going to the rim, it's hard to get foul calls against the other team.
Jefferson will call a timeout. We'll take the 30-second break with them. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory.
I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory.
I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Welcome you back here to Musselman High School. We are tied up at 38-38 in the 4th. Your 4th quarter brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons, as well as the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state area, they have you covered. What a game we have here. Quad A, Region 2, Section 2 regular season action between Jefferson and Musselman. 38-38. These two teams trying to make a statement as to why they should be the number 1 team in the section. Both teams with 11 wins so far overall. Jefferson has 5 regular season losses, Musselman with 4. Johnson to Connor for Jefferson. Connor ushers Johnson back over to him and he'll hand it to Johnson. Under 4 minutes left in regulation. Johnson still with it. He'll go to Connor, right back to Johnson. Johnson in his first game back from injury, still scoreless for Jefferson as he now drives to the left side, goes to Shively. Shively drives in the paint, has Connor wide open next to him. He'll give it to Connor, and Connor puts it up and in. That's his first 2 points. It's 40-38 now. Jefferson on top of Musselman. McLean now with it, driving the right side. Loses his dribble, has to pick it up, looking into the right corner. It's caught by Shelton, back to McLean. McLean travels. That's a turnover, giving the ball over to Jefferson now with 3:20 left in the 4th. And Williston will check in for Musselman. He'll enter for Santa Maria. Connor inbounds to Johnson.
I'm interested to see how Jefferson plays this possession. They're always a high-tempo team. You're getting into the final 3 minutes, 2-point lead. Do you change that tempo at all here?
Shively with it in the right corner. Goes over to the left wing, a lob pass caught by Johnson. Goes over to Shively, who's now at the right wing. He'll look behind him, give it to Connor. Connor dribbles, gives it to Johnson. Johnson gets a pick from Shively. Passes now to Shively. Shively looks behind him, goes to Troxel, all behind the arc here. It's the motion for Jefferson. Bounce pass to Shively at the top of the key. He'll look right. Pass it to Johnson. Johnson loses his dribble, now has to just tip it away. Goes to Connor. Connor's long two, no good. Rebounded by Mahood. 2:35 left here in the fourth. It's Jefferson 40, Musselman 38.
I think Connor's played a pretty good game. Don't know if I love that shot, though.
Detaya, awkward layup by Shelton, no good. He tried to draw the contact, no foul called. Jefferson now with it.
I couldn't quite see, but I think Connor made up for it with pretty good defense on the other end. I know Shively came over and helped.
Troxel to Connor. Connor to Gladney. Gladney find Wyatt Shively at the left wing. The pass over to the right side for Troxel. 2 minutes left here in regulation. Jefferson up by 2, holding on to possession. Trying to wind down the clock here against Musselman.
Yeah, here in this final 3:15, it feels like Musselman had it for about 7 seconds.
Now Johnson will be fouled on the floor as he was driving the right side. That foul, I believe, will be against Musselman's Troy Wollaston, his first. Only the second of the quarter for Musselman.
Right, so they can afford a few here and there, and they might have to foul. Jefferson's going to burn another timeout. So what, they got one left, Colin?
Yes, they should have one remaining. We'll take a 30-second break with them. 40-38, Jefferson leading Musselman. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Musselman led at the end of 1, led at halftime, led at the end of 3, and now finds itself down 40-38 to Jefferson here late in the fourth quarter. Colin McLaughlin alongside me here is Nick Verzolini. Aiden Sensible, our cameraman, back at the studio is Dylan Bishop. Jefferson calls a timeout. They have 1 remaining. Musselman, from what I have, should have 3 timeouts remaining if they need them.
You might need at least 1 or 2. 1:50 left. Right in a 2-point game.
This is basketball.
I just meant like in general. You might need to burn a few here. Get some good offensive.
And the inbound pass is thrown away by Kylan Johnson. He was trying to lob it over Wollaston to Shively. And it bounces out of bounds, and Musselman will get it back now with a chance to either tie or take the lead.
Well, you called your timeout so you can get something set up, and then it didn't work out. So that's frustrating. See how Musselman counters here, down by 2. They've gone a little bit cold here down the stretch.
Troy Wollaston with it at the right corner, driving in against Shively. Shively tries to flop, layup up, no good. And now we'll have a foul down low as Mahood was dragged down by his jersey, so that foul called against Jefferson. Mahood kind of landed on top of Shively. Both seem to be okay. It's that foul called against Johnson, his second, team 4th of the quarter.
I like this sub here for Coach Lewis. He's bringing his defense in, but they seem confused. They don't know who's
everybody with a chess match right now, trying to figure out who they want in, who they want out, trying to make sure this matchup is perfect the way they want it here, the final 90 seconds of the regulation.
Jefferson's in zone. That's really interesting.
Long inbound pass caught by Wollaston. He'll go to Mahood. Back to Wollaston. He'll go over to the right wing. It's caught by Colton Shelton. He'll dribble to the top of the key. Looking to the right, it's caught by McLean. McLean dribbles once, finds Mahood. Mahood goes to Colton Shelton. Shelton at the left wing. We have a whistle down low. So Wollaston It's being pointed at by one of the officials. And that foul will be called against Connor for Jefferson, they say. His 4th, team 5th, so now Woolston at the free throw line. If he makes both, we're tied at 40. We'll see what happens. Woolston, first free throw up, and no good. Around the rim, he misses it, keeping it at 40-38. Jefferson in the lead here against Musselman with 1:11 left in the 4th.
Do you think this basket was the stuck one, and that's why nobody could score over here, it seems like?
Second free throw up. That one also no good. Rebounded by Shively for Jefferson. Shively with it. We'll look behind him, get it to Gladney. Gladney loses his balance, finds Johnson with the pass. A minute left, and a foul will be called as Musselman needed to intentionally do so to stop the clock. That foul called against Wollaston, his 2nd, team 3rd of the quarter with 1:01 left here in the 4th. Jefferson up 40-38 against Musselman.
I mean, that's tough. How often does Troy Wollaston make back-to-back free throws?
Musselman going to call a timeout here. They have 2 remaining. We'll step aside, take a 30-second break with them. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from 1 location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
We're back here at Musselman High School. 1:01 left in quarter number 4. It's Jefferson 40, Musselman 38 here. The 2nd meeting between these 2 schools in the regular season in a crucial Section 2 ball game. Both teams 11 wins on the season. Jefferson has 5 losses. Musselman has 4. Musselman 2-3 in the conference. Jefferson 1-4. Jefferson, though, has the win in the first meeting between these 2, trying to make the season sweep against the Applemen. Jefferson with the basketball after the timeout. It's Vickers to inbound. Vickers inbounds to Johnson. Johnson looked pretty close here. It looks like we will have a jump ball called. We were waiting for the signal. Wasn't sure if it was going to be a foul or a jump ball. And the jump ball was still signal from the possession arrow to be kept with Jefferson. But that's still huge here with 59.6 seconds left in the 4th.
If you can get another jump ball, if not, it doesn't matter.
Vickers to Johnson. Johnson dribbling, guarded very closely by Shelton. Johnson now gets away from Shelton. We'll have a foul called here up top, as that now against Wollaston, his 3rd. Team 4th of the quarter. 1 more foul, and Jefferson will go to the bonus for free throws.
I think I'd send Johnson to the line because, like I said, he's been injured, been kind of off his game.
He has no points.
Normally you wouldn't, right? Because he's a pretty good shooter, but since he's come off the injury?
I don't know. Johnson with it. Looking over to the left corner. Back to Johnson now. Johnson almost has it stolen. And now he'll finally be fouled by Wollaston, who's frustrated because Wollaston didn't want to have to pick up that foul because that's his 4th. Stop the clock with 38.8 seconds left. Now Johnson goes to the free throw line to try to extend this 40-38 Jefferson lead here against Musselman at Musselman. Johnson's first free throw is good. That is Johnson's first point tonight, making it 41-38 Jefferson. Have some subs coming in for Jefferson. Already had a few from Musselman before the free throw. Johnson gets the ball back here for a second free throw opportunity. Free throw shot is up and no good, keeping it 41-38. Jefferson up by 3 against Musselman. Musselman with the ball. They go to the right corner for McLean. McLean drives in, puts up the layup. It's no good. Rebounded by White. Shively, and Shively's going to get fouled with 28.1 seconds left, and he'll now head over to the left side of the gymnasium for 2 free throws.
What an interesting game. You know, it really did feel like Musselman was going to pull away and put it away at one point. But Jefferson, despite, like you said, only making like 3 2-pointers.
Yeah. You're right on the money. Shively's first free throw, no good.
I have my moments. Is in least position to hold on and win. You need this free throw, though.
Yes.
And, of course, there is a lot of time with the foul game, so it's far from over.
Second free throw. Also misses. Tipped by Connor and rescued by Musselman's Bartles from going out of bounds. 20 seconds left here in regulation. Colton Shelton with it, guarded against Roper. Shelton finds McLean. McLean goes into the right corner. Bartles the tie, airballed. Tipped around, rebounded by Shively. He finds Gladney. 8 seconds left, and Gladney will get fouled with 8.6. And that'll send him to the free throw line to try to put the dagger into the hearts of the Musselman Applemen.
Well, that's the last guy you want to foul. You would think. Hopefully I didn't jinx Jane Gladney, but
Gladney tonight has led the way for Jefferson. 15 points, 4 3-pointers, 3 for 3 from the free throw line to total up to 15. First free throw here is good, making it 42-38 with 8.6. And that feels like is the closer for Jefferson. Unless things can be crazy here in the end. He makes the second. He has 17 now, making it 43-38. McLean lobs it for 3. No good. And it'll be tipped out of bounds off Williston. Jefferson has the ball back now with 1.3 seconds left, and it looks like the Cougars will come away with the win here at Musselman High School.
They needed it. 4-game losing streak. You haven't really looked like yourself. You didn't necessarily completely look like the Jefferson team that we expect to see, but you got Kylan Johnson back. I guess they just didn't start the clock.
Yeah, the clock never started, but that's the ball game. I mean, 1.3 seconds went off the clock.
Kind of anticlimactic without the buzzer.
The final score, Jefferson 43, Musselman 38. So the Jefferson Cougars end the 4-game losing streak and also snap the 4-game winning streak of Musselman. Jefferson now 12-5 overall, 2-4 in the EPAC. Musselman falls to 11-5 overall and 2-4 in the EPAC as well. We'll keep it here and now be joined by the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars, Richard Lewis. Coach Lewis, you got us all right?
Yeah.
All right, congrats on the win. Tough one. Strange one as well, but let's first get into your overall thoughts here about the game.
Wasn't pretty, but we won. So you got to take what you can get. When you lose 4 in a row, right now, you're just struggling to get anything you can, and it kind of looked like that. And I think we showed a lot of resilience. I'm hoping this game right here will propel us, not just physically, but mentally, to be a lot tougher and fight through more adversity.
Coach, the majority of your points here tonight coming from 3 and from the free throw line. Just, I believe, 3 field goals from 2. So, obviously, Musselman, they're a tall team. That makes it tough. How do you think you were able to adjust to that and then eventually starting to hit those shots down the stretch?
Yeah, we haven't been playing well recently. We haven't really been ourselves. So one of the things I wanted to make sure we get back to is us, Jefferson basketball. So I thought tonight we played in the spurts, but shots wasn't falling. So I think the three-point shot, we've always been able to shoot the 3. Recently we haven't been doing it very well. So I thought, we kind of got back to where it makes us go.
Let's talk about Gladney. Great performance by him, leading the way with 17 points for you guys in there late, closing it out with the 2 clutch free throws to kind of put the dagger in things here. Just talk about his performance and how much he's meant to the team here through this part of the season.
He's been a lot. I mean, he's had to adjust more than anybody that I've had here in the last 3 or 4 years to different roles on the court. He's been playing the point, not playing the point. He's had to make a big adjustment over the last 10 games or so, 6 games or so. So I think just him being able to score, being able to play how he did and kind of keep going without having some of our guards, hats off to him. He's a great player. I need more out of him, though, even though he's had to make a lot of adjusting the last couple of weeks. But I think this game will help us moving forward.
Where do you kind of go from here with this win?
Hopefully it gives us some momentum. We got Hedgesville next week. We got a whole week off. We played a lot of games early. We had a lot of injuries during the time we played a lot of games with no practicing. So I think we'll have the rest of the week off. Not off, like physically off, but game-wise. And then we'll be able to get healthier and get better, get our timing down. Our timing's really off right now, and chemistry's really off. But we gutted it out, found a way to win. Hats off to those guys. They deserved it.
Coach Lewis, congrats on the win again, and appreciate the time here tonight.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then be back for our post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Kick off the new year in a new Toyota from CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg. We've got a great selection of your favorite Toyota models on our lot. Right now, get up to $2,200 off MSRP on a new 2024 RAV4. Or check out a new 2024 Camry and get up to $3,000 off MSRP. And every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center is proud to announce that our total hip and knee replacement surgery programs recently earned the Joint Commission's Gold Seal of Approval. Achieving this prestigious Joint Commission certification distinguishes Jefferson Medical Center for the excellent care our orthopedic team provides at every stage from pre-admission to acute hospital stay and discharge. It also demonstrates Jefferson Medical Center's ongoing commitment to improving patient care. WVU Medicine, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
Welcome back here to Musselman High School as we welcome you to the post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu, daily specials, and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Aiden Sensables, our cameraman back at the studio. It's Dylan Bishop as Jefferson comes back in the fourth and picks up a 43-38 win over Musselman. Heartbreaker in Inwood for the Applemen, Nick, but what a great job and a strange job by Jefferson. 9 3-pointers, 8 free throws, only 3 2-pointers.
But it was still kind of Jefferson basketball. Like, it kind of looked like it toward the end, like Coach Lewis said. So maybe this is the change that will get them back toward playing that, and I think if they get healthy, they could be in the right direction. I also think this practice time will be big for them, like Coach said, so they needed one. And no matter how you get it, that win feels really good in that Jefferson locker room right now. Not only did you beat Musselman, who is your big rival in this side of the section. Yeah, Washington's your regional rival, but they haven't been as competitive. Obviously, they beat them this year, so that's still a very big rivalry as well. But Musselman's been the team that's always been either splitting the series, like you said, since 2006 or whatever it has been. So it's been split. Now Jefferson takes the one-game lead. Even in the last few years, when Jefferson's been winning these games, they've been close, and Musselman's been the closest team in the EPAC to them. This year, it's obviously been a weird year for them, but they found a way to get a win. Here at Klein Court, a very tough place to play, and they emerged victorious, and it was the basket to our right that was stuck, so maybe that's why they couldn't shoot in the first half, because the second half was a lot better, it felt like.
Yeah, I mean, Jefferson shot over there in the first half on the right side. They only scored 17 in the first half. Then Musselman only scored 15. So 32 of the 82 points in total.
Yeah. Something about it, man.
Yeah. There you go.
But then a big Musselman fan, he was making everything down here. So
that's
maybe
true.
They just can't shoot as good as him.
I don't know. Post-game stats, let's get into it now. Brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to FordHagerstown.com. For Musselman, it was Williston with 11 points, Bartles with 7, Mahood with 6. Almost missed McLean. He had 8 points. Colton Shelton had 3. Santa Maria had 2. And White had 1 to total up the 38 for Musselman. For Jefferson, leading scorer tonight was Gladney with 17 points. Troxel had 8 points. He had 3 points for Drake, 3 points for Wallace, 3 points for Shively, and then 2 points for Roper, Vickers, Connor, and Wilberger. And the final point from Johnson to make up the 43 for Jefferson as they get the 43-38 win over Musselman. Let's get into our awards now, and we'll start off with the rejection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service. Great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777. Visit their Facebook page.
I think it'd be Troy Woolston's block in the third quarter that he had. You know, there wasn't a ton of big rejections necessarily, but it's kind of looks at the pizza walking away from him, disappointed.
I am hungry.
Well, what else is new? Right?
You're not hungry?
Nah, I'm a little hungry, yeah. I should miss. Oh, turn off cameras. Okay.
Don't do that.
But back to Troy Woolston, you know, and it felt like for the majority of that first half there was a lot of tough shots at the rim, but not necessarily big blocks. But Woolston had a pretty good one in the third that kind of carried over some of that momentum.
Moment of the game brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Tonight's moment of the game, Nick.
I would just say, you know, the performance Gene Gladney put on in the second half in particular, when he really started to light it up and hit some of those threes. But I guess if I had to pick a moment, it would be the Wallace three to take the lead, I believe it was. So actually I went away from Gladney there for a second. I'm going to go with the Wallace three as it popped in my head to take the lead.
Lastly, our player of the game brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at Orsinis.com. I know you went away from Gladney, but I feel like you're probably going back to him for this one.
Overall, he'd be your player of the game tonight. 16 points to lead the way.
17.
Oh, 17. There you go. Even better. And when you needed him, he stepped up. And they really did need him. Like, yeah, Kylan Johnson was out there, but he wasn't the same Kylan Johnson. Jamari Jenkins out. So, you know, best player, best shooter in the state, one of the best players in the EPAC. He's very underrated, I feel like, because people just think about his shooting, but he can do other things besides that, and I think Jaden Gladney really did bring that tonight, and he's the leader for this team.
He knocked down 4 3-pointers, but most importantly, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Jefferson wins by 5, 43-38. Proves to now 12-5 overall, 2-4 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Musselman now 11-5, also 2-4 in the EPAC. For Dylan Bishop, who you'll hear from on the other side of this break, as well as Aiden Sensible and Nick Verzolini, I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. This has been West Virginia High School Boys EPAC basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Have a good night.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rocks Rewards.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Welcome into the N1 Postgame Scoreboard Show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Dylan Bishop here after a 43-38 win for the Jefferson Cougars in boys basketball over the Musselman Applemen, ending a 4-game losing streak for the Cougars and ending a 4-game winning streak for Musselman. Let's get into some scores from around the rest of the basketball world here tonight, including the one game going on in top 25 in women's basketball in Division I. The West Virginia Mountaineers with an 84-43 win over UCF. And over on the men's side, got a good handful of games going on. An upset in the top 5. South Carolina goes into Knoxville and upsets the Volunteers of Tennessee 63-59. Also, Illinois Fighting Illini with an 86-75 win on the road against Ohio State. Dayton with an 83-60 win against George Washington at home. Currently with 3:48 left in the game, number 3 North Carolina trails Georgia Tech in Atlanta 69-68 with 7 seconds left at Villanova. Villanova trails 84-80 against number 9 Marquette. TCU, number 25 in the nation, leading 79-70 against number 15 Texas Tech, 143 to go in that one. Number 23 Oklahoma with a 35-19 lead at the half against Kansas State, and number 17 Utah State just getting started against San Jose State, 6-4 San Jose State. In the NBA, currently in the third quarter, on TNT is the Celtics and the Pacers. Boston with a 96-94 lead with 3:18 left to go in the third quarter. 96-84 lead for the Hawks over the Lakers with 2:17 left in the third quarter there. An 82-66 lead for the Knicks over the Jazz with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. At halftime, the Bulls lead the Raptors 63-53. The one game yet to have started, the second game of TNT's doubleheader tonight. The 76ers and the Warriors from the Chase Center in San Francisco. And with that, that is the N1 Postgame Scoreboard Show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Again, a 43-38 victory for the Jefferson Cougars over the Musselman Applemen in boys basketball here in the EPAC. This is Dylan Bishop signing off for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Hoping you have a great rest of your Tuesday evening.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, The Palace Lounge, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.